Okay, what am I going to talk about today? So, hang on. Got this, this, and this. We're not going to talk about this. We got this Conan, the heavy metal. We already did the heavy metal. I really want to talk about, we got this too. Dang it. We got to talk about this. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this, everybody. Here we go. Welcome. Ohayou gozaimasu, everyone. This is the Art of Comics. We're going to talk about Chris Ware, big book of stories. Okay? Big book, block, what is it called? Building stories? Building stories. Building stories. This is a masterclass in comic book design, sequential work. We will go through this whole damn thing one by one. It is a treasure trove. It's got everything here. All these different books, all these different sizes, basically, Chris Ware said, oh yeah, a comic has to be this size. Oh yeah, a comic has to be that. No, dude, I'll do what I want to do. And that's what he did. He just broke every freaking rule of standardization and made this. And so we're going to do the first one, or what I consider is the first one. Who knows? There's no order. You just do it whatever the hell. It is epic. Now, you guys know the channel. You know my art parents. Go look at the video I put on about art parents. Who are your art parents? Who are the things that inspire you, right? You know my art parents, the four guys, right? People. Alex Toth, Bill Sienkiewicz, Chris Ware, Mobius. Those four are my dudes, okay? They just happen to be dudes. They could have been women. There's nothing to do with that. Okay, so this big-ass book of stories we're going to do, and we're going to talk about this one. So what's going on with me? So first thing, why are you wearing your freaking yukata robe from Japan? I don't know. I've been getting into it. It's kind of warm, so I've been kind of wearing my yukata now. Creatively speaking, I'm working on something very exciting. Tomorrow, I'm giving a little pitch document, something that is very important for a new product that I'm very excited about. So I can't say much about that. There's that. Chameleon film, I need to finish the edit. I did an edit. I got notes. Now I'm doing the second edit of the film. It's a 2-hour film. I need to get it to about an hour and a half. So I got to do that starting tomorrow. Patreon's got stuff going on. I applied for a job years ago as a DC Comics editor on the editing team. And I went to the job with a packet. Not only my books that I've produced and designed, but I also came with a freaking 16-page mock-up of like a Wizards magazine. At the time, they were using these little like magazines. I think it was called DC Planet, something like that, where it was like a Wizards, but just DC stuff. And I wrote one out, 16 pages. I wrote out the articles. I made a faux like mockumentary type of interview with Keith Giffen, with Brian Michael Bendis, all this kind of stuff. And I did that, produced it, gave it to them. And go to the Patreon, and you can get it there for free. So check that out. It's kind of fun. I'm really proud of it. It's actually really good work. Today, so that's what's going on for me. Now let's get to the show. Today we're going to talk about this handy-dandy magazine-styled piece of work. It's called Disconnect, or maybe it's called Browsing. I'm not sure. It's just so good, you guys. He transcends. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say this. He transcends comics. This storytelling, the idea of telling story with pictures and words together to create a emotion, thought, feeling, what have you, he does so damn well. It gets me like emotional talking about how good he is. And how he is in a class of himself. It's brilliant. Let's just get into it. Like, what more can we say? Okay, we're doing it. Let's hit it. Are you ready? Okay, guys, let's take a look. You know, there's another thing I wanted to mention. I wound up and got them. I bought these damn books. I love Bride Story so much. I bought 2, 3, 4, and 5. And yes, I will be reading these mofos. Maybe my favorite manga right now. And I hope I don't regret that, because usually I'll get like a book 2 or something and I'll just be cool about it. But I am a little concerned that I went a little overload. But I'll let you know. So let's talk about this wonderful freaking comic. I don't know how many pages it is, but it's not too big. Okay, let's just start talking about what it is, what it does. And I think all these stories from Building Stories is about this woman. I think. Let me just look. This one's about bees, though. Not all of them, but I think this one, too, is about her. Yeah, this one's about her, too. So it's this woman who is a mom. It's basically, her life, right? So a lot of it's focused on kind of middle age, but there's other parts of her life. Is this? Yeah, this is her. So I think this whole freaking book... Oh, this was good, too. This was good. It's so good. So, yeah, it's all about her, I think. I've only read about half of them. I mean, it's a lot of material to read. And I don't know how I bought it used somewhere, but it's really good. Okay, do you guys know Chris Ware? I sure hope so. I've talked about him so much. I really hope you can appreciate it. I saw some of his originals at Comic-Con, and it just blew me away. Because he's doing all this by hand. You might think, oh, he could use Illustrator. No, dude. He's using a damn Rapidograph or a brush, and he's doing all this by hand. All this stuff, the little lines on the nose, everything is designed so well. All his characters fit in this world, too. It's not like he changed styles or kind of like something looks like it's from a different book. It all looks exactly like it's in this world, which is so hard to do and important when you're creating something, is create this consistency of art. Okay, that's one thing that AI is going to do amazing at, right? AI will kick some ass on making things consistent. Well, guess what? Chris Ware is a damn robot. How about that? I'll put that on the title. So this was 4x3 grid, pretty, self-explanatory how things go. I do like he does a lot of this horizontal line, where it's kind of a two-dimensional horizontal line in the camera frame. I like that a lot. I cannot draw that way. For some reason, it just weirds me out to do that, but he does it perfectly. He even has the line for the narration box, which is pretty cool. It's just great. Now, we go here. A lot of this I think, is splash pages. Most of it is. And we get the movement of the art across, some just great effects. Again, this stuff is wonderful. I also really like the way he does dialogue, and he cuts the dialogue off. You know what I mean? And this isn't done with a computer. A computer doesn't do that, right? He did this by hand, and he cuts that off. It's just so good, man. Everything is so clean. These are lines. He's using a ruler. He's using a damn ruler to draw that house. It's not Manga Studio or Photoshop. He draws it, dude, by hand. This guy is potentially you might consider him a dinosaur technologically, but he's not. He knows technology. He knows how to use it for his workflow. These pages are so good. He does such a wonderful job of isometric kind of drawing. There's just the right amount of details. It's clean, it's dirty. There's the right amount of things and details in here that tell a story, and he puts little debris and detritus, in different spots to kind of show there's some, it's not perfectly clean, just to create a little bit more, just a tiny bit of realism, texture. And the way he does this thing, where he has a panel, shows time through this repetition of the same panel, goes back here, and then it just the way all the blocks fit is really cool. I mean, it's just, I go on and on. I'll try to make this more interesting. This is great. I like these center kind of images here. A lot of his stories are about normal day life, the internal struggles that we have. I'll call it the human condition of dealing with, whether it be depression, anxiety, disappointment. It is kind of focused more towards the negative side of the human spectrum. That's just where he kind of lives as far as creatively. I mean, I don't know the guy, so he could be the happiest damn guy in the world. I don't know. But his stories all have a tinge of sadness and regret. And the most important thing is the truth in it. Like, this feels freaking real. I don't know how much he's absorbed from his own life, where he's taking this inspiration, but it feels very real. Check this out. Look at the design. Again, the mask. This is like a Halloween mask that the girl had getting ready for Halloween. She goes visit her mom while the husband is off on a business trip, but maybe the husband's actually having an affair. She finds out her father had an affair, so there's this like cyclical kind of potentiality. I love the way he pops out words. He's popping these things out. The worst part, blah, blah, blah. How could he? All this stuff. Just so good. Even something simple there, this emotion, he calls it acting. When you're acting in front of the camera, and he's drawing these characters acting, and that is beautiful acting. That face there, that way to express the emotion there is just so good. Even things like this, with the light flashing from the rearview mirror for her to do her lipstick. Or not rearview mirror, but the little like vanity mirror thing in the flap. I don't know what that's called. So cool and creative. It's a great idea. All his characters are so real looking. Even here, it's very real. There's not a sexual nature to it. Clearly, they're planning on having sex, but it's just a reality of this is the way it is, and here he is and here she is, and this is what we go down with, and it's just good, man. It's just real, and they'll have a conversation, blah blah blah, and then we're having the birth control pill package. Yeah. So good here, and this actually looks a little bit like him. He looks a little bit like that. His face, could be his father or just himself. So good. That's it. There's so much to say. I'll go through them all. I might repeat myself many times with his style and his techniques because they do repeat. So I might have to think about how to make sequential or subsequent videos interesting. But for now, I'll show you the pictures and we'll just talk about them. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great one. Take care. Bye.